if you're getting married in February and it's time to plan your honeymoon, of course you're going to think of tropical warm vibes to get away from the winter and into your dream honeymoon in a tropical location. And I've listed the top 3 places to go for your tropical February honeymoon. By the way, if you have no idea where you want to go yet for your honeymoon, make sure that you check the description below because I have a guide for you that's going to help you get started along the way. Okay, so you're getting married and your honeymoon is scheduled for February. And if you are like me and you live in the East Coast, you're in survival mode in the winter, dead smack in the middle of winter, and you need to get out of it. And so my recommendations for honeymoons in February are going to be the warm tropical climates, because I know that in February you're just itching for the sun to hit your face and to feel the warmth back into your bones. So the 3 places that I recommend for February for your honeymoon all have different pros and cons to it, but most of them are on the list for February because of that time frame. February could be really great in terms of finding resorts that are the least crowded, believe it or not, because that month is kind of so short. So you have a lot of people traveling in January and a lot of people traveling in March. And so February kind of gets that good vibe. Plus, hello, if you sandwich your honeymoon in between or around Valentine's Day, what a great way to celebrate, and what a great way to have fun on Valentine's Day when you're on your honeymoon. So the 3 places that I recommend are going to first be the US Virgin Islands for a couple different reasons. First of all, you have 3 different places to choose from: St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. These 3 islands are perfect in each way. And I actually have another video that goes over the best US Virgin Island itinerary. For your honeymoon, I definitely think you should stick to St. Thomas. St. Thomas is the largest of the 3. It also has the most in terms of activities. I'll put a link in the description to my favorite activities for St. Thomas. But for your honeymoon, your base should definitely be St. Thomas, and then it's very easy to do day trips to each of the other US Virgin Islands and definitely take advantage of the fact that you can hit all of them at once. Plus, if you're going to do your honeymoon in the US Virgin Islands, it's a quick hop, skip, and a jump to Puerto Rico. And hello, why not? The next place I'm going to recommend for your honeymoon in February is a cruise to Mexico, not to the Caribbean. See, now remember we talked about in my previous video that January begins this wave season, and January sees an uptick in the number of cruises that are going to the Caribbean islands. So instead, take a cruise to the Mexico coast. West coast of Mexico, you can go to the east coast of Mexico, but either way, your cruise ports to Mexico are going to be less crowded. You're going to get that tropical Caribbean vibe. And hello, it's gorgeous, it's Mexico. But the number 1 place that I recommend for your honeymoon in February is Costa Rica. It's not a secret that I love Costa Rica. I recommend Costa Rica to every single client who is interested in that tropical vibe, meeting that historic, adventurous vibe. So Costa Rica is at the top of my list for February for one reason: the weather is perfect. Remember, there are South American countries, so when it's winter for us, it's actually summer for them. And in February, it's actually the perfect dry season. So you're not going to hit much of that muggy, rainy season, and it's the least crowded. And so for your honeymoon in February, think about Costa Rica. But here's the thing. There's way too many different itineraries for Costa Rica for you to choose from, and you can't do them all at once. I'm not going to recommend you try to do everything at once. As a matter of fact, I'll post a link to another video down below to recommend the different itineraries you can do for Costa Rica, but I don't want you thinking that you can go in for a whole week and see the whole thing. Nope, it's not going to happen. Sorry. You have to decide what vibe, what type of honeymoon you want. Once you do that, you'll be able to pick which itinerary works best. So those are my 3 favorite locations for your honeymoon in February. And if you're a springtime bride, then of course you want to check out my next video, because in the next video I'll go over my springtime favorite destinations for your honeymoon in March. See you soon.